had an amazing 2-week vacation in sub-Saharan Africa. My trip started out and landed in Cape Town, South Africa. Welcome to Cape Town. Cape Town was such a beautiful city. There were many things to see there. Cape Town is the second most populated city in South Africa. In Cape Town, I decided to visit the Castle of Good Hope.
One fact about the Castle of Good Hope that I found interesting that I learned was the castle was built by soldiers, volunteers, and slaves. The castle housed everything from a church, bakery, and living quarters to various workshops and prison cells among other facilities. The next place I visited in Cape Town was Camp Bay. There aren't many places in the world where you can get up close and personal with penguins, swim near them, and interact with them. But in Camp Bay, you can, and that's exactly what I did. After I visited the penguins in Camp Bay, I took the amazing aerial cable to Table Mountain. Then I ended up in Table Mountain. It was so beautiful there. It was the perfect time to be visiting. I decided to go off on my own, away from the group, and visit Victoria and Alfred waterfront. While I was there, I stopped by the gourmet pantry and got myself a muffin. After that, I moved on to the Calgary Trans-Frontier Park. I learned so much there. I learned about the desert life in sub-Saharan Africa. Their climate zone is really hot. Their plant life is scattered with concentrations of grass, shrubs, and trees in the highlands. There are so many different animals in the desert life in sub-Saharan Africa. When I took my photos, I uploaded them to Google Maps. Sub-Saharan Africa is geographically the area of the continent of Africa that lies south of the Sahara Desert. An animal I saw there was a giraffe. Did you know that giraffes spend most of their lives standing up? They even sleep and give birth standing up. I saw a rhinoceros there. The name rhinoceros means nose horn, and it is often shortened to rhino. There are 5 different species of rhinos. I headed to Chobe National Park next. There I saw an African elephant. An interesting fact about elephants is they do not like peanuts, even though in the cartoons it seems like they do. After I saw the African elephant, I saw a grand zebra. Zebras do not have all the same coat of stripes. They are different, just like snowflakes. When I saw the zebras, I looked around, and then I saw a lion. I learned about them that a lion's roar can be heard from 5 miles away. When I got near the water, I saw a Nile crocodile. I made sure not to get too close. A crocodile can live up to be 40 years old. The one animal that I saw the most that I loved was the African wild dog. The African wild dog is a long-legged with massive jaws and very large bat-like claws. Although it resembles some dogs, it differs in that it has 4 toes on each foot instead of 5. The Egyptian mongoose was a furry little creature. The Egyptian mongoose is the biggest of all African mongooses. Since I was so close to Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe, I couldn't miss that for the world. Zambezi is the 4th largest river in Africa and the largest flowing into the Indian Ocean from Africa. I took pictures there and watched the sunset. It was so beautiful. I had a desire to see the stunning African rainforest ecosystem. I traveled up the Zambezi River through Malawi to Nizwa, Bernardi, and Rwanda and entered Uganda to visit the Kibale Forest National Park. The Kibale Forest National Park has amazing rainforest wildlife, which I learned so much about. Over 8,000 plant species have been discovered in the rainforest of Africa. African rainforests are home to an extraordinary number of animals. The best well-known one is the gorilla, particularly the mountain gorilla. Some monkeys in rainforest wildlife are omnivores, eating both plants and animals. I've seen so much wildlife on my trips so far, so I headed east to see some urban African life. Kenya is among the world's 30 poorest countries, ranking 152 out of 177 countries. In Nairobi, Kenya, there is poverty and wealth. The poverty side of the city is sad to see. More than 500,000 people are jammed into 250 acres of land. Nairobi's wealth part is beautiful. Nairobi is one of the most prominent cities in Africa, both politically and financially. I decided to be a little daredevil and continue east to Mogadishu, Somalia. Devastating civil war destroyed this once beautiful city. Throughout Somalia, there is a high threat from terrorism, including kidnapping throughout Somalia. This city also remains in great danger of suicide bombings and other terrorist attacks carried out by extremists who managed to get past the security checkpoints around the city. To complete my journey, I traveled far west to Timbuktu. I saw the Dingerberg Mosque in Timbuktu. The Dingerberg Mosque was built during the declining years of the Empire of Malawi in the early 15th century AD. And that's how my trip to Africa went. It was so amazing.